So Jay, one of the things that we're doing at FEX is creating a learning continuum. And this learning continuum identifies the skills, knowledge, and capabilities that families and their advisors need to build so that they can successfully govern, operate, and transition their family enterprise to the next generation, to the rising generation. And one of the things that we're curious about is, what do you think are the key skills, knowledge, and abilities that families might need to develop? And also, what are the key skills, knowledge, and ability that advisors might need to develop?
One of the things I'm hoping will emerge in our field is an awareness by families, by virtue, I'm hoping, of FEX, that they must be learning systems, learning continuums. If they're going on a journey that's going to take 200 years of the fifth generation to find how it works, they're going to have to do a lot of learning. One of the things that surprises me, and I think is now coming to life, is that families haven't been given the means to actually understand what they are before they start on these journeys. My father used to ask me, where is the beginning? And point out it wasn't where I entered the matter, and maybe it hadn't even begun yet. And I think with a number of these families that I've watched have been very successful, they understood that they actually were doing things they had to do as family, but they weren't yet on that cognitive journey. They didn't know enough about themselves. So as an example of human and intellectual capital development, I'm astonished that most of the families I work with, when I enter their system, and now I'm mostly retired, but when I did enter their system, they do not know how each other learns. Now, everyone can learn that in 3 or 4 hours and very inexpensively. How can a family, 2 or more people making joint decisions, possibly make good decisions if they don't know how each other learns, because they don't know then that they've processed whatever the information that leads up to the decision in the way they can best process it? That's just one example. Another example is that it's very possible to find out which piece of work you like to do. Now, if some people like why questions, and some like what questions, and some how questions, and some if questions, but we don't know who likes what, almost certainly the work isn't going to be done very well, because the right person isn't doing the piece of the work that's going to get us the best work. Again, how families expect to go on these long journeys, whether it's as owners of an enterprise, managers of an enterprise, foundation, whatever it may be, they're going to do all kinds of work together, and they don't start before the beginning understanding who likes to do what piece of work. Or Enneagram as another third example. I mean, I could give many more, but this is enough to just understand. If we can know what our core personalities are likely to be when we're appearing balanced, when we're in great joy or we're in great stress, then when we're making joint decisions, we can understand where the other person's coming from. Not label the behavior, but rather adapt resiliently to that behavior. So this work that you're embarking on, bringing these kinds of very basic resources to the growth of the capitals, is essential.